if you think about the coordinate plane, sine is positive here and here. When I do an inverse sine, the calculator will always give me the angle in the first quadrant that has that sine ratio. Let's just say this was the angle. The opposite is 0.9849, the adjacent is 1. Oh, hypotenuse is 1. Opposite over hypotenuse, that's sine. There's another angle over here that has that exact same ratio, 0.9849 over 1. The calculator will only give you this one. You've got to know this one exists. How do I get this angle? This is the same triangle if I know this one. This one was 80 degrees. And I know this angle is 80 degrees, but what's the actual angle that takes me over in the second quadrant? How do I get that? Yes, it's always 180 minus this angle. So it's the supplement to this. So the second triangle, if it exists, would be 180 minus this angle 80, which leaves what? 100 degrees for the second triangle. So this angle C in one triangle is 80 for sure, or it could be 100 if the second triangle exists. Oops, sorry. I put the 80 up there, or 100. 80 for sure, maybe 100 from the second triangle. Okay, so far so good? I want to find the remaining angle next, because I've got 2 out of the 3, so I can find angle A. So to get angle A, how are we going to get it? Do the 180 trick. I've got a 54, I've got an 80, I'll see what's left for this. So 180 minus 54 plus 80. Yep. I'm just doing the 180 trick here. 180 minus the 54 plus 80. What is it? 46 degrees. Okay. Move to the second triangle. I've got a 54 and a 100. So the 180 minus 54 plus 100 is 36. So there is a second triangle here. 26. Oh, 26. This is where it would fall apart. It must be my last example where it falls apart. So there are 2 triangles. So what's the remaining piece that I have to find in both triangles? Little a. I've got to find little a in both of them. So that's law of sines again. So I'm going to go back to the 23 over sine of 54. Equals little a. What is angle A in the triangle I'm trying to solve? 46. It's right from my table here, 46. So I'm going to use sine of 46. And then just cross multiply and divide to get A. I got 20, I guess, if I go 2 sig figs. Everybody okay with 20? That tried it? Okay, so 20 is my remaining side here in triangle 1. I have a second triangle because I've got the 2 angles here. So I'm going to find little a in this triangle that's across from the 26 degree angle. So 23 over sine of 54, I'm going to stick with that ratio. Little a over sine of 26 this time. It's across from the 26 degree angle. So 12. So that one did have 2 triangles. So I wonder what's left for my last example. say one triangle too. So we had one where it fell apart, no triangle. We just did one where two complete triangles came out. Here's our last one, so you can see how it's only going to have one triangle. A is 40, little a is 35, and little b is 30. Messed Sam up really good on this one. Oh, nice. Move those all around. Okay, label it up. A is 40. Little a 35. Little b 30. Pay attention to the three parts. Angle, side, side. That tells you to triangle. Questioning, going to check for it. And it's right when you find your first angle, that's where you check for the second triangle. So, you start solving like you know what you're doing. So the side and the angle make a proportion. 35 over sine of 40. The only thing, or the first thing I have to find is angle B. So we're going to set up the 30 over sine of B. Get your sine of B ratio by doing the cross products. Multiply here, divide here. .55. 10 is correct. And then to get angle B, inverse sine, and I know you're going to have at least one triangle here because this is going to give us an answer of, and this is where you're going to check for the second one, or what else could be equal. It's right here. What do you have to do to get the possible second triangle? 180 minus that, which is 147. So you're going to start with your table. I like to make a little table to keep things straight. Angle B in the first triangle, which definitely has to exist, is 33 degrees. Angle B in the possible second triangle, I don't know for sure yet if the second triangle exists, would be 147. Right now is where it's going to tell if that second triangle exists, when I go to find the last angle. What's my remaining angle that I got to find? C. C is the last one. So 180 minus, I found the 33 and I started with a 40. So 33 plus 40. What's left for angle C here? 107. How about over here? I found 147. I started with 40. So I'm hearing it. Why doesn't it exist? It's already over 180 for those two. So this second triangle doesn't exist. Just the first one does. So there's no second one, but there is a first one. So you see, you don't have to tell before you start. It all just kind of falls into place if you remember to check for the second one. If you don't, then you're out of luck. So the only thing I have left to find is little c, which is across from this 107 that we just found. Guess so. No, this one, this triangle 1, yep. There's one triangle, there's just not two of them. Gotcha. Okay, so we're going to set up the 35 over sine of 40 equals little c over sine of 107. You could do that, and I will look for the assignment. Oh, I was nice to you. Page 295, 21, 23, 25, and 27. 4 problems?
I'll take it.
So you know you're gonna have a no triangle, you're gonna have a 1 triangle, you're gonna have a 2 triangle. Boy, how nice was I on the 4th one? I don't know.
Mr. Schwartz, you're right, we should probably take one off.
Okay, and they're all in the back, so I wanna see some work, but that's it. Angle side side.